Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. In the xy plane above, the area of isosceles trapezoid OPQR is 128. What is the value of A? Okay, here we have an isosceles trapezoid. In this isosceles trapezoid, we have two pairs of opposite side, and we have one pair of parallel sides. So this side and this side are parallel. So the remaining pair, that is this side and this side, must be equal in length because it is an isosceles trapezoid. So the length of this OP and the length of this QR must be equal. Okay, now let me draw an height for this trapezoid. That is a vertical line segment over here, and also let me draw one more height for this trapezoid, a vertical line segment over here. Since it's a vertical line segment, so it intersects the x-axis at right angle over here and same here. Okay, now let's mark this is point S and this is T. Okay, now let me try to get the length of this side of the trapezoid PQ. For that, I have to subtract the x-coordinate of the point P from the x-coordinate of the point Q, that is A. When I subtract these two from A, I am getting A negative 2. So this is the length of this side of the trapezoid PQ. And the same length A negative 2 will have for this line segment ST. Okay, here in both the points P and Q, we have the same y coordinate, that is 8. Then we'll have the value 8 on the y-axis over here corresponding to these 2 points. Then the length of this vertical line segment is 8. So the same length we'll have for the height of the trapezoid, that is 8 over here and 8 over here. Now, to get the length of this horizontal line segment OS over here, we have to consider the x-coordinate of the point P, that is 2. So this 2 is the length of this leg OS. Okay, here the hypotenuse and leg of this right triangle are equal to the hypotenuse and this leg of this right triangle RQT. If hypotenuse and the length of one of the legs of one right triangle are equal to the hypotenuse and the length of one of the legs of the other right triangle, then the two right triangles are congruent by hypotenuse leg theorem or HL theorem. Since these two triangles, these two right triangles OPS and RQ2 are congruent, so the corresponding paths also must be congruent. So this leg OS and this leg RT are corresponding paths and they must be congruent, that is they must be equal in length. Already we know the length of this leg OS, the same length we have for this leg TR. So the length of this leg TR is 2. Okay, now let's consider the two bases of this trapezoid. So the one of the bases here at the top, that is the side PQ. The second base is we have at the bottom, that is OR. Okay, already we have the length of this base, that is A negative 2. Now to get the length of this base OR, what we have to do is we have to add these two, A negative 2 and 2. So when I add all these values, I am getting A positive 2. So here I got the lengths of the two bases, A negative 2 and A positive 2. Already we have the height, that is 8. Okay, here we have the area of the trapezoid, that is 128. Okay, let me write the stuff over here. That is the area of the trapezoid equals to 128. And we have the formula to get area of a trapezoid. The formula is 1 over 2 times H times A positive B. Equals to 128. Okay, here H is the height of the trapezoid and this A and B are the lengths of the two bases. Okay, here for H, that is for height, we have 8. So we can plug in 8 for H over here. And A is the length of one of the bases, that is A negative 2. We can plug in A negative 2 for this A over here. And B is the length of the other base that we have at the bottom, that is the length of OR over here. Its length is A positive 2. We can plug in A positive 2 for B over here. Let me plug in equals to 128. Okay, here 2 goes into 2 1 times, 2 goes into 8 4 times. So 1 times 4 is 4 times this negative 2 positive will cancel out. When I combine this positive A, I am getting positive 2A equals to 128. Okay, when I multiply 4 and 2A, I am getting 8A equals to 128. Okay, now let me divide both sides of this equation by 8. Then this 8 will cancel out. Then I'm getting A equals to, when I divide this 128 by 8, I'm getting 16. Okay, here I got the value of A. The value of A is 16.